Hello. So nahihirapan akong mag-live kanina. I don't know, maybe it's because of the weather. But I decided magre-record na lang ako ng video and then I'm going to upload it and we can, discuss in the comment section. In the meantime, ganito muna tayo. Ayan. Tiyaga-tiyaga muna tayo. But anyway, eto na nga, what I was trying to tell you earlier was this, okay? May mga usap-usapan sa kaparangan na nagsasabi na Leni Robredo is going to be backed by the admin. So, kung sino ang pipiliin ni Leni Robredo sa 2028, yun ang susuportahan ng admin. Like I said earlier, this is the most reasonable route for the opponent of Inday Sara to take. Okay? Mag-unite ang mga galit kay Inday Sara, ang mga galit sa mga Duterte, and try their best to beat Inday Sara. Be that as it may, I don't think they can beat Inday Sara Duterte. The support to Inday Sara and to PRRD is just so strong. I don't think they would be able to flip Visayas and Mindanao for this one. Okay. But anyway, wag rin tayo magpakampante. Yung mga sumusuporta rin kay Inday, wag rin magpakampante na parang, ay, hindi, mananalo tayo, we have this on the bag, okay? Let us not be complacent. Let us not feel overconfident about this. But according to the kaparangan, sa tutubing kalabaw sa parang, ang BBM administration is going to back whoever ang mapipili ni Mama Leni. For me, tama lang naman yun, ano? Tama lang naman yun. Kasi si Leni lang naman talaga ang merong boto sa mga kalaban. Si Leni lang ang merong boto. Meron siya 16M. Yung 16M, solid yun. 'Di ba? So yung 16M na yun can actually make a senator win. Kung yung suporta ni Leni doon sa tao na yon na i-endorse niya would give that person maybe 10 million votes, 'di ba? 8 to 10 million votes kapag pinili ni Leni 'yan. 'Di ba? At least kahit paano si Mama Leni may track record pagdating sa eleksyon. And siya lang ang merong track record na against sa mga Duterte when it comes to national election. Okay. Now, what's gonna happen? If the BBM administration is going to support a Leni-backed candidate, okay, will it benefit Leni or the candidate of Leni? That is the question. Kasi itong pagsasama-sama ng BBM admin, yellow, pink, at yung lahat ng mga DDH, yung pagsasama-sama nila, they are hoping that they are going to get the undecided portion of the general population. In the surveys released in the past, ang sinasabi was that, I think it was WRN survey, the WRN survey says that there is 39% undecided, na wala silang political leaning, wala silang political preference. And the reason why these groups are trying to come together is because they want to prove na they can get, they are strong enough and try to convince the undecided na, oy, strong enough kami, mananalo kami dito, so kami yung iboto ninyo, kaya naming talunin ng mga Duterte. However, the undecided group are not dumb. Kaya nga ayaw mag-decide niyan Kumbaga parang siya, tumitingin, ganyan-ganyan. 'Di ba? Yun yung profile ng undecided 'Di ba? Na parang, ay, tingin muna kami kung sino yung ano. Well, there would be a variety of reasons, 'di ba? Pero, pag ikaw, undecided ka at makikita mo na si Leni at si BBM magkakampihan, BBM who has the worst, has a very, very, very bad performance rating and satisfaction rating right now. You think it's going to benefit yung kampo ni Leni or kung sino man pipiliin ni Leni? That's that's the problem on their side. But sige, hayaan lang natin sila. Magsama-sama lang kayo, walang problema 'yan. Walang problema diyan. Magsama-sama lang kayo, maghalikan kayo ng puwet, 'di ba? Go lang, okay? Another thing is, may mga pictures na kumakalat si De Lima, si Risa Ontiveros at saka si Leni Robredo na magkakasama. So kumbaga parang they are really trying to pull all their resources in order to launch something big. Again, like I said, go lang kayo. Sige lang po, go lang po kayo. 'Di ba? Itodo nyo na yan. Go lang ng go, 'di ba? Go lang ng go. Um, because ang alyansa ng mga super anti-Marcos for so many decades at ng BBM administration is like a tae mukbang party. And I don't think you're gonna get the 39% undecided population you are hoping to convince. But like I said, that's your problem. That's not our problem. Okay? And also, I am just talking about it because, I find it really funny na, sige, ang cute nila, nagtatry sila, di ba? Ang cute-cute naman itong mga galit na galit sa mga Duterte. Nagtatry talaga sila na talunin ang mga Duterte. But anyway, sabi ko nga, nakakatawa tong mga to. Sobrang nakakatawa sila. Today, nag-ano sila what do you call this? Naglabas sila ng press release. Picture ni Bam Aquino at saka picture ni Leni Robredo. Ito yon, okay? Teka lang ha. Eto. Ito yung picture na yon. So si Bam Aquino to, si Leni Robredo ito. Actually, yung sabi nung kapatid ko, ang una ko kasing tingin dito, nung parang tinatry ni Leni Robredo, ay ni Bam Aquino, na mag-eye level contact kay Leni Robredo. Ang una kong naisip dyan is, bakit niya ginagawa yon? Kasi usually, when you try to do an eye contact level, usually ginagawa yan between an adult and a child. 'Di ba? Yun yung basic psychology niyan eh. 'Di ba pag nakikipag-usap ka sa bata, mag-eye level contact ka. Why? Because you want to validate the feelings of the child na parang, oh, I respect your thoughts, I respect what you think, ganyan. Magka-level tayo. So that's why you look at the kid on eye level. Ganun 'yon. Okay, ganun 'yon. Ngayon, kung kunwari nag-eye level ka, kunwari matangkad yung lalaki, tapos mas maliit yung babae, tapos nag-eye level ka, ganyan-ganyan. It also exudes some tenderness, 'di ba? Yung kumbaga parang siguro nililigawan mo yung babae. And I think yung pangalawa na yan yung sinasabi ng kapatid ko. Kasi raw, meron palang eksena sa mga Korean drama na gano'n. Yung lalaki, kasi usually mga Koreans na lalaki matatangkad yan eh. Tapos parang nag-eye level siya dun sa babae. I don't know, nagpapakute sa lalaki, sa babae in Korean, ganyan-ganyan. I think so. And this is the tenderness that I am talking about. So if you want to if you are trying to coax, or you're trying to alam mo yun, yung papakyut ka dun sa babae, ganyan, yung mga ganon. If you're trying to do something like that, mag-eye level ka. Kasi kumbaga parang, oh, I'm treating you like a child because you're so cute. And I would like to be very tender on you. And I treat you like a very, very precious thing. Kasi nga, mag-eye level ka sa bata, ibig sabihin nun, you think that the child is precious. 'Di ba? So parang ganun yung basic psychology niya. Kumbaga parang, ang ano mo is, yung kausap mo is you want to treat that other person who is likely a child, or someone that you would like to treat very, very tenderly. Ganun yon. So, kapag kunwari, meron kang gantong gesture, pagka meron kang mga ganitong gesture, ganun yon, na parang, kaya mo gustong magganyan-ganyan. Kasi nga, you want to, siguro, ano ba to? Ba't nyo tinitreat si Mama Leni na parang bata? Hindi naman siguro magjowa to si Bam Aquino tsaka si Leni Robredo, 'di ba? Para magpa-cute si Bam kay Leni. 'Di ba? Pero parang, why do you have to treat Mama Lenny na parang parang ano 'no, parang bata, na parang nililigawan yung babae na parang kailangan sobrang tender, sobrang gentle, yung mga gano'n. I think what they wanted to do is to be relatable. Dahil kasi usong-uso yung mga Korean novela ngayon, eh, 'di ba? But this is also the exact reason why I'm not going to vote for these idiots. Alam mo yun, yung parang, bakit niyo pinagmumukhang bata si Lenny? Bakit niyo siya tinatratong bata? Bakit niyo siya tinatratong bobo? I mean, hindi na kayo natuto dun sa Hadouken, hindi na kayo natuto dun sa mga pakarate-karate ni Mama Lenny. Why do you have to do this on Lenny Robredo? Si Lenny Robredo ang panggagalingan ng boto ninyo. My God! 'Di ba? And why do you have to treat her like an imbecile? Na parang kailangan batang paslit na kailangan aalagaan and should be treated with all the gentleness and tenderness in the world. 'Di ba? Di ko talaga gets. Tang tanga talaga ng mga pinks, no? But I am not complaining. I mean, if we're gonna go to 2028 and you're going to act like this, go! As in, go! Go, go, go! Tangina. Wala kayong mapapabaligtad na Duterte supporter if you're going to do this again and again. And well, I'm not saying you listen to me. I say you continue what you do. 'Di ba? Ganun na lang yung gawin ninyo. You continue whatever it is that you are doing. Ayan, okay. So yon. Natatawa ako. Meron nag-comment dito na very, very sarcastic. Sabi nyo ganon, key benefits of eye-level communication with Lenny. Sabi ganon ni Ferdinand. Boost connection and trust. It transforms intimidating giant figures into approachable, supportive partners for Lenny. Improves understanding. It allows Lenny to see your facial expressions, mouth movements, and gestures more clearly, which helps Lenny process information. Promotes respect. It signals that Lenny's perspective matters, reducing Lenny's feelings of being dominated or controlled. Enhance safety. Being on the same level makes Lenny feel safer and more comfortable during conversations. This is what I'm talking about. Yung eye-level contact communication between adults, it actually sends a very, very wrong signal. And you want to portray Lenny as a leader who can actually make her own decision and someone who can actually lead you. Not just give you votes, ha? This is the problem kasi Lenny is not a leader. But the problem is Lenny can deliver votes for these people. So ngayon, itong mga taong to, ina-exploit lang si Lenny. 'Di ba? Ina-exploit lang nila si Lenny because Lenny can give them votes. Pag in-endorse sila ni Lenny, maraming naniniwala kay Lenny. 'Di ba? They are expecting that they can convert votes from Mama Lenny. But why are you treating her like an imbecile child? Na parang kailangan i-eye level contact. Na kailangan i-eye level contact. Ayan, okay. So anyway, sabi, bakit ko na binibigyan ng panahon? Kailangan ko talagang bigyan ng panahon to. Para hindi dumami, para hindi kayo dumami. Para alam ng lahat ng maraming tao kung gaano kayo katatanga. 'Di ba? Para alam ng lahat kung gaano kayo katatanga. Ayun. Okay. Well, anyway, another thing that I would like to talk about, again, this is a recorded, a recorded video, but I'm going to upload it immediately after I finish the video. Kasi yung live ko kanina medyo nawawala-wala. Okay? But anyway, another thing that I would like to share with you guys is, yung sa Tay Kami naman, bibigyan ko lang kayo ng quick update. Okay? I was informed na meron na daw memo na kung saan pinapamonitor na daw kami. Dahil hindi daw nagugustuhan ng certain groups ang aming signature campaign. Natatakot na sila sa signature campaign. Natatakot na sila sa signature campaign. we are getting more and more traction. More and more people are starting to understand the value of the signature campaign. More and more people would like to stand with us when it comes to defending and fighting for the rights of PRRD. Many people understand that this is not actually just about PRRD. Marami nang nakakaintindi. In fact, meron mga pink na pumipirma sa amin eh. May mga pink na pumipirma. Mga yellows. Not necessarily Duterte supporter. Why? Like I mentioned 1,000 times before, ang signature campaign is an issue of sovereignty and it's an issue of freedom. Wala po sa batas natin ang magja-justify na pwede mong ikulong ang isang tao nang walang legal basis. And even in any book of justice and fairness in other jurisdiction, I don't think merong magja-justify kung bakit mo i-deprive ang kalayaan ng isang tao nang wala namang kaso. So, we urge the Supreme Court, we are going to march to the Supreme Court in order for them to decide on the habeas corpus cases. Because the habeas corpus cases will sort out the legal basis of PRRD's detention and the PRRD's arrest in the Philippines. And it is something that only the Supreme Court can correct. Supreme Court lang makakapagtama niyan. Ayan, okay? Now, I was informed that there is an existing memo, okay? There is an existing memo kung saan pinapamonitor na kami ang mga location namin, kung saan kami pupunta, kung ano ang mga mga lugar namin na dadalawin, ganyan-ganyan, gaano karami yung taong nagpa-participate. Ayan. Madami na ngayon na nagaganyan sa amin, okay? But I would just like to tell you guys, okay? Doon sa nagmo-monitor sa aming team, na tayo kami naman, I would just like to tell you, we are not the only one conducting the signature campaign. There are so many volunteers all over the Philippines who are doing the signature campaign. And we are starting to receive their signatures. So kung inaakala ninyo na sa amin lang at kami lang ang makakakuha ng signatures, nagkakamali kayo. Marami kaming mga Duterte supporters na nag-volunteer at hindi nyo kami mapipigilan. Hindi kami hihinto hanggang makarating kami sa Korte Suprema. Ayan. I was informed, no? And actually, marami rin kaming mga nakakausap na men in uniform were actually very, very supportive. And they are saying that these men in uniform are also being monitored. Ganon sila katarantado. Ganon sila katarantado na bakit allergic kayo? When people make a stand about PRRD's issue, why are you so scared? Bakit takot na takot kayo dun sa matanda? Kasi alam niyong mali ang ginawa niyo kay PRRD. So, yan ang estado ng aming signature campaign. And I would just like to tell everyone that we're not going to stop. We're not going to stop. We are heading to Luzon and we are going to do our signature campaign until we reach the Supreme Court. Yun po ang gagawin namin. Ayan. Okay. So, yan lang po ang quick update. Bukas po, pupunta po kami sa Antique. Please check nyo po ang aming announcement sa aming Facebook. At, ayan, pinost ko na eh. Ayan, okay. Pupunta po kami sa Antique, Junela Residence, Sebaste Public Market, Poblacion, Sebaste, Antique. From 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., okay? From 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., magkita-kita po tayo sa Antique bukas. Ayan, okay? Okay. And then another thing that I would like to discuss is the situation in the Senate. Okay? Na alam ko na pag-usapan na natin to several times. Pero ang usap-usapan is that nagkakaroon ng kaguluhan kung sino ang magiging Senate President. I was informed that ang kwento na narinig ko is this, okay? And I think this is the one that really happened. Si Lauren Legarda daw ay gustong maging Senate President. Si Lauren Legarda ay lumapit sa minority at nung lumapit siya sa minority, ayun, may mga senador na nag-sponsor ng kanyang request na, o sige, kinonvince yung ibang member ng minority na sige, iboto na natin si Lauren Legarda. Ganyan. Okay? And so when Lauren Legarda secured the votes of the minority na gawin siyang Senate President, mayroong 3 senador na tinawagan ng bonggang-bongga ng outside forces at kinumbinse in the most cruel way possible na pag pinalitan niyo si Tito Soto, eto ang mangyayari sa inyo. Ganong levels daw, okay? Daw ha. Sabi ko sa inyo, kinuwento lang to ng chismosa. So it's up to you how you're going to consume this chismis ha. Ayan. Nung nalaman ni Tito Soto na mukhang may number na ang minority at hindi na sila minority, nilapitan ni Tito Soto daw si Lauren Legarda at sinabi na mag-power sharing na lang tayo. Ayan. Mag-power sharing na lang. Okay. Like I said, eto ngayon ang dilema ni Lauren Legarda. Lauren Legarda, she's not a politician that can be trusted, sa totoo lang. She's not a politician that can be trusted. But anyway, ayun. Kung ang gusto ni Lauren ay ang ikabubuti ng kapakanan ng kanyang anak, who is actually getting a lot of Duterte supporters nowadays because of all his pasabog and all his risk-taking activities. Pag ikaw nag-align ka kila Tito Soto, pag ikaw nag-Senate President, pagkatapos naki-power sharing ka nga dito sa mga to, tatamaan ang anak mo dyan. Yari ang anak mo. 'Di ba? Yari ang anak mo dyan. And, you know, the Duterte supporters are always one inconsistency away from giving their support to figures like Lian Leviste, Rowena Guanzon, Kiko Barsaga. Ganun. Mabilis ma-turn off ang mga Duterte supporters eh. 'Di ba? But anyway, that's probably, that's going to have an impact on Lian Leviste. Ayun. But anyway, ang gusto lang naman daw, ang power sharing naman na gusto ng minority is this. Ang gusto lang ng minority is magkaroon ng Senate Blue Ribbon Committee headed by Rodante Marcoleta. So the minority wanted a real deal investigation on the flood control projects. Yun ang gusto ng minority. Sabi ko sa inyo pagdating sa legislature, ang kakampi lang ng taong bayan dyan is the minority in the Senate. Sa House of Representatives, wala, talo na tayo dyan. As in, walang kalaban-laban. In the Senate, we have a very, very strong minority. It's the largest and strongest minority ever. Yung minority na hindi basta-basta pwedeng tapak-tapakan. Sa legislature, yan lang yung kakampi ng taong bayan. Kahit papano. Diba? I'm pretty sure meron din mga interest yung mga senador dyan sa minority. But at least they are, they are serving the people. Diba? Ang gusto, kaya ayaw palitan si Tito Soto dahil gusto nilang ituloy yung impeachment ni Inday. Remember, Merong impeachment filing si Inday na 2 from Makabayan Block and from Tindig Pilipinas. So, yun ang chika sa kaparangan. Yun ang mga kwento-kwento na chinichismis sa akin, ang mga chismosa. Ayun. Ganun daw ang kwento. Ganun ang kwento. So, anyway, I do not know how they're going to, I do not know how they're going to do this on Monday. Tingnan natin kung sino ang magpe-prevail. But we are talking about Senate Blue Ribbon Committee versus impeachment proceeding against Inday. Yun yung labanan dyan. Yun ang labanan. Okay. What else do I want to tell you? Yung kalagayan ni Bongbong Marcos, no? Well, hanggat buhay kasi, hindi natin masabi, hanggat buhay, nakatayo at naglalakad, ibig sabihin okay pa yan. 'Di ba? Ibig sabihin okay pa yan. John Vic Remulla, nangangarap naman talaga yan na magpresidente. Pero I don't think susuportahan siya ng BBM admin kasi hindi talaga siya winnable. And yun nga, parang nagkaroon na nga raw ng feelers mula sa Malacanang na susuportahan nila sa 2028 election ay yung kandidato ni Mama Leni. Ayan. Ayan. Okay. So yun lamang po at ako ay mag-e-end na nitong video nito. Maraming salamat at makikiusap po ako sa lahat ng mga nakakapanood ng live, lalong-lalo na yung update sa ating Tay Kami Naman Caravan. I hope you share the information and I hope that you are going to be an information agent. So, sa mga nagtatanong tungkol sa Tay Kami Naman signature campaign, I hope you provide the information, what they need to check. Kami po ay heavily shadow banned. Kami po ay heavily tinatago sa social media platform, even in YouTube, na hindi naman ganon usually. So, I hope you tell everyone to always check our page, Jassy Egan, Joa de Vive every other day, and Paulo Canilote. Kung saan nag-a-update po kami ng mga schedule, kung saan ang next naming destination. Ipaalam nyo rin po sa lahat na kami ay magpupunta from town to town. Papunta na kami ng Luzon. So yung mga kababayan natin dyan sa Luzon, please lang po, mag-download na po kayo ng signature sheets. Okay? Mag-download na po kayo ng signature sheets, magpapirma na po kayo sa inyong mga kamag-anak at sa inyong mga kaibigan. Okay? Mag-download na ng signature sheets, magpapirma na ng mga kasama nyo sa bahay. It doesn't matter kung gaano karami. Okay? Kung ilan ang kaya ninyo, okay na yun. At pagkatapos, kung kami po ay mapupunta sa inyong bayan, maaari nyo na pong iabot ang signature sheets sa amin. Maaari nyo rin niyang ipadala sa ating designated address, i-PM nyo lang po kami at magtanong po kayo kung papaano nyo mapapadala ang mga signature sheets na ito. Lalong-lalo na kung kayo ay nasa Metro Manila. Okay, pag-usapan po natin yan. Let's keep in touch. I-message nyo lang po kami tungkol dito. Magtulungan po tayo at be part of this historic movement. Thank you very much po sa lahat na nagtitiwala at sumusuporta. Thank you very much sa lahat rin ng bumati ng happy birthday sa akin. I really appreciate it. I really feel so loved. Share lang ako ng konti, before ko pala tapusin to. Gusto ko lang magpasalamat sa lahat ng bumati sa akin, sa lahat ng nag-PM, those who took time to really say good things and offer prayers, for our protection, for my protection, mga words of appreciation, mga words of validation. Hindi kasi ako sanay hindi talaga ako sanay tumanggap ng compliment sa totoo lang. So parang paano ako magre-react, yung parang gano'n, hindi ko talaga alam, hindi talaga ako magaling sa ganyan. But para po doon sa mga tao na nag-message at binigyan talaga ako ng mga love letter, I really, really appreciate you guys. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for remembering my birthday. I never felt to be at the right place at the right time, and I never felt so right about what I do and what I never felt so right with what I do, and with all my endeavors right now. I feel that I am doing the right thing. And I thank all of you na sumusuporta sa amin at hindi nawawala yung pagtitiwala at pagmamahal. At the end of the day, we are all Filipinos, and the best thing that we can do is to love our country kahit half as good ng pagmamahal ni PRRD dun sa bansa niya. And we're going to be a great country if we can all do that. Yun lamang po. So maraming salamat. See you next time.